Alrighty, everybody, if you would like, join into either Twitch or YouTube. That's where all the video will be. We will be getting started here in a few minutes, just letting everyone get online, get it set up. So you'll likely want to mute the Discord while you're watching the video, otherwise things will be out of sync. But when we get to the Q&A parts, feel free to unmute Discord and then mute the other side, so Twitch or YouTube, or Beam if you're watching on Beam. And then we can communicate that way. And welcome, Wolvain.
Hello.
Our favorite Martian is here.
Sorry I'm a bit late. Very interesting event. Very loud bang noise outside my house. Sounded like an explosion. Car. Wind took a tree out.
Exciting. Way to kick it off. We are live.
So what did I miss?
Nothing yet. Just waiting for everyone to get online and get here so that we can start covering all this good stuff.
Eee, excited. I made it just in time.
You even blew up a car on the way.
Yeah. Hey, you know us Martians there. We have to make an entrance.
I've seen destroy all the humans. I know what you guys do.
Oh, some news. I don't know if you've heard yet. I have fiber.
Everyone needs more fiber in their diet.
Yes. I still need a lot more though. This thing's kind of useless.
It's a start.
Yeah, it's a start. It's better than what I had, so that's good.
Alright guys, about one more minute and we'll be kicking it off. If at any time you would like to ask a question, feel free to type it into Twitch, YouTube, or Beam chat, or also in the Discord general chat. I am watching all of those. I will try to save those questions and answer them as they come.
The Discord general chat, you say?
Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Welcome everybody to the Summer 2018 Gaiscioch Community Summit. We do these every quarter, try to keep you guys in touch with what we've done in the past 3 months and where we're going in the next 3 months. Also keep you apprised of any cool news that we saw creep up in the last 3 months. We did have E3, so if you did not check out the E3 videos, there is an insane amount of cool games coming out. I mean, just insane. I can't even cover them all. So just hashtag E3 2018 trailers, and I swear to God, you'll find all the cool goods. Check them all out. So we are going to get started here, pretty much cruising right through some of the stuff that we've been doing. First up, big announcement, Gaiscioch Magazine has surpassed 1 million reads. Yes, our little hobby magazine that we thought, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we created a magazine? Yeah, we created a magazine 4 years ago, and we've been publishing ever since, and we've actually had 1 million readers now. So, geez, I got a little bigger than expected. But I have to say, hats off to the magazine team. You guys have done a great job. Thank you to the community for supporting us in all of our craziness and weird recipes and all kinds of good stuff that we've been doing. And thank you especially to all the developers that have given us an opportunity to interview them and bring their game to our magazine. It's been really cool, kind of a journey. And I am super stoked that we've crossed that 1 million mark and looking forward to getting that 2 million mark. So thank you everybody for doing what you do to make that happen. Other news, we've been working to integrate the GW2 API into the Gaiscioch.com site. We've already done this for the Sanctum Overall site. So if you've already stuck your stuff into the sanctumoverall.com, don't worry, we're going to port that over to the Gaiscioch.com so you won't have to do it again there. And we will begin syncing the data there so that we get all your character information, your, how many kills you've had, all that good stuff, all up on your profile. It'll make donations a lot easier because I won't have to guess whose character is whose character. So that's going to be a huge improvement. We just had our preparing for the Great Tyrion Adventure Season 5 meeting just before this meeting, and we've decided that we're going to do it in smaller chunks. So we're going to do a 5-week Great Tyrion Adventure here in October, and then sometime early in 2019 we're going to do kind of the part 2 of that adventure, and we're hoping that part 3 can be staggered just long enough to hopefully see another expansion come out for Guild Wars 2. So you're probably going to have 3 in succession over the next year. So do stay tuned for that. GreatTyrionAdventure.com is where you'll want to go to learn more. We did spend a lot of time developing mod to allow us to sync rosters with greater ease across ESO, Rift, and Warhammer, all of which are running beautifully. We've got other people doing it as well as myself, so it's really handy on syncing up characters and make sure that everybody's mirrored. It also gives me good visibility of who is logging in game, so I can update the website timer with what your in-game timer is. I don't have means to do this in Guild Wars 2 yet. The API doesn't give us a last login time. So hopefully, as it took 3 years from them to give us a last login period, probably within another 3 years I can get last login in the API. That'll be great. We are waiting for the Ashes of Creation Alpha to begin so that we can start evaluating it for chapter consideration. That should happen sometime this fall. Once we do, I will be keeping you apprised of the situation and how it's developing. We'll be giving you more information as it comes along. Camelot Unchained Beta has begun. If you are a founder of Camelot Unchained or a supporter, you should be able to get into the Beta 0 or Beta 1, I think it's Beta 1, and check it out. I personally am not going to invest a whole lot of time into it until the social system gets integrated. Once that happens, we're going to create the GSEH Guild officially and start inviting you guys in. We had about 68 people looking to play that game. Look forward to seeing you all there. Should be quite the little gem if it fulfills its design goals. It is a lot better than it was a year ago at this time, so there's good progress going on there, and they still got a lot of work ahead of them. But I suspect that probably in the next year we're going to see that game really come to its own and really start pulling in the people. We are planning Chapter 2 of the Chronicles of Tamriel for February 2019, so that's our ESO Public Community Adventure. That will be another one to follow up the first season that we did this year, which went over fairly well, a little better than expected. So we're going to try that again, see how it goes. And then don't miss the annual State of the Family. That is November 10th at 5 p.m. That is our annual one. We put together a complete package of everything that we've done in the past year, and then also take a look at where we stand on future chapters and new games coming out that we're keeping an eye on. So be sure to check that out. I spend a lot of time on that one every year. So forward to seeing you all there. Our current open chapters, our biggest chapter is Guild Wars 2, has the highest population and is currently growing. Our legacy chapters include Elder Scrolls Online, which is just on the heels of Guild Wars 2, not quite over that 300 mark, but it is close. If you play ESO, do look us up. Our historical chapters include Warhammer Online in the form of Return of Reckoning and Rift. If you play either of those, you can feel free to contact us in Discord and we can get you connected. Next up, we're doing a community update. Our summer eldership team, I missed a fall, darn it. So our summer eldership team currently is Foglata, myself, the leader. We have Guild Wars 2 elders are Soren, Smitty, Terraford, Dargren, Gma Fog, Gilabod, and Micah and Rylissa. For Elder Scrolls Online, we have Sir Henry Vale, Verve, Kilted Piper, Ian, and Tybur. For Rift, we have Berta, Elena, Pip, Barter. For Warhammer, we have Radiological and Don Lim. And then floating, kind of bouncing between all of them and other games that we aren't even playing, keeping an eye on future projects. And some of them are actually on leave right now. We have Izzy, Prissy, Bree, Salrina, Reinhardt, Seacoral, and Haggle. Any of our elders here want to say hi? I know a lot of them are away today, but we have a few here.
Hello.
I missed you, Olgo. You're a GW2 as well. So Olgo is still considered an elder in GW2. I don't know where he went. I must have accidentally removed him with the fall thing.
It was because I caught you robbing that bank.
It is. Darn it. Shh.
Hello.
That's Gma.
Oh.
So if you ever have any problems, feel free to contact any one of these people. They will be happy to help you, whether it's just trying to understand the fire hose that is the Gaiscioch website, or if it's something in game where you're having trouble. Alright, let's go ahead and take on the next slide. So a big congratulations to our legends, also known as Locks, Brista, Iowagan, and Winterlight. This is the highest obtainable rank in the Gaiscioch community. It takes a long time to obtain, and they get a certificate in the mail if they provide me with their address. I will be mailing those out in the next 2 weeks. So if those folks get their address in there, they'll have a nice little something in their mailbox. I do ship those worldwide, so wherever you're at, I will get it to you. It's just my way of saying thanks for being a part of this community and kind of taking a big role in, both leadership, fellowship, donations, all of it. You've been a major player, and we really appreciate your support. We're also welcoming Faded and FSR to our Guardian role. That's kind of our officer role within the community. So if you are a Guardian, you're basically my eyes when I'm not around. You can keep an eye and let me know what's going on. If you see something or you have an idea, feel free to hit me up anytime. We also had a whole bunch of veterans join the veteran ranks, and then members, of course. Those are pretty much all the people that have got a new member rank have learned how to use the website, started claiming some participation, and moving their way on up. Those guys, I suspect, will probably be veterans by the next one. Then new members. We had a whole lot of new members. A lot of these guys are Warhammer players that have come to join us. Some are GW2 and a few are ESO. So welcome to all the new folks. I do hope that I have a chance to meet each and every one of you and hang out with you at some point. Always love hanging with the new folks. So please feel free to hit me up in the Gaiscioch Lounge anytime. I hang out in there all day. Look forward to talking to any of you guys that have any questions or need a little guidance. Feel free to stop by. And then, of course, this couldn't happen without you guys. Patrons, you guys are huge. You're keeping me afloat and keeping this community going. For a long time, I tried to handle the costs by myself, and I started failing miserably at it, and I had to radio in for reinforcements. So thank you to all the Patreons. You guys are what's keeping us alive. So thank you. Next up, we have our progress report. This is where we kind of take a look at the statistics on where we are this year compared to last year, where we're going. First up is our overall active player or population. So these are the people that have logged in and done something on our website in the last 7 days. As you can see, this year we're at 606 in August, as of August 1st. Last year we were pretty much the same place in August. So this timeline shows you where the start is, where the finish is. So we started at 612, and that's about the same place that we are here, about 6 people difference. So it's pretty much the same for summer times. I mean, if you look, summertime is usually low. We always have like a little cliff during the March, April, May months where people go away, they start traveling, do all kinds of summery things, the sun pulls them outside. And then come September, we start having a little bump where we start getting people back. Usually we'll see the winter months all the way through February, pretty much the kind of the middle times, and then the spring usually spikes. So we'll probably see that again. We've gone, pretty much 3 years now without a new game, 4 years now without a new game. And new games are usually when we see the massive spikes. We also see massive dips with new games. So we have been cruising along on the chapters that we have, which is slow and steady pace of growth. So it's just going to kind of continue like this. I suspect the next year is probably going to look exactly like this. We're probably going to end up with 606 again. Who knows? If Ashes of the Creation does become a chapter, and come next year we are starting to ramp up for beta and whatnot, then we will probably see a pretty good spike. But if Ashes of the Creation doesn't fulfill the needs that we have, then we probably will continue on the same bar that we've been on. By game, you can see that GW2 is on a 3-month rise. ESO is kind of taking a dip after the expansion came out. People rushed through that, got through all that good content, and now they're starting to take off some time to go, experience a thing called the sun. A lot of our ESO community is older and have families and go on vacations during the summer. Just about all of my elders in ESO have taken a vacation the past couple weeks, so it's a bit of a dip right now, but it'll be climbing back again, no doubt. As soon as the next DLC gets announced and people start jumping in there, that's kind of a teeter-totter. It bounces up and down all the time. For Rift, which is our next chapter, we have pretty much taken ourselves off of the looking for guild tool. It is pretty much an invite-only thing where if you want to play Rift, we'll be happy to invite you. Rift Prime did divide our community and hit us pretty hard. We had a small crew to begin with when Rift Prime came out, and you either had to be a subscriber or not a subscriber and choose whether you're going to be on the Rift Prime server or not the Rift Prime server. It pretty much divided the rest of our community, and we weren't able to maintain good numbers at our events. So members started to leave. So there you have it. Warhammer is still kind of a recreational game that we play on a couple days a week. It hasn't really been one of those games where you can find a population there all week long. Fridays are our big event where we do Tier 1. We also just joined a new alliance, and we'll be doing Tier 4 nights on Thursdays, and that should help us increase our numbers a little bit with the T4 presence. That entire game is built around getting to T4 and being good in T4. So without the T4 events, we have dipped quite a bit. I'm looking forward to seeing those numbers rise a little bit here. Social media side, we are climbing as always on Twitter, making some really good ground on Twitch. We might actually cross 1,000 by December, which I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that we break that 1,000 mark real soon. For the YouTube, we are kind of right where we've been. It hasn't been growing that much. I haven't been pushing every single live stream to YouTube like I used to do, so I think that might have slowed us down a little. But I really kind of wanted to start migrating our YouTube towards more shorter videos, kind of previews and stuff like that, and really start making use of it with the Gaiscioch magazine. And then magazine subs are up. We haven't had a community event, which is a major subscription drive for us. in a little while. So we're sitting at about 472 magazine subscribers. They will be getting an announcement for the issue 16 here shortly. So stay tuned for your emails. If you want to subscribe, you can go to gaisciochmagazine.com or gsch.info/mag, and then just click the subscribe button. It is free and will be delivered to your email inbox. So, Guild Wars 2 announcements. This has been a really big month for Guild Wars 2. Not necessarily all of Guild Wars 2, but for Sanctum of Rawl in general. So we are going to discuss Sanctum of Rawl, the final chapter. No, we're not leaving. They are going to be migrating the server system and replacing it with an alliance system here in the next year. What that means is every server is going to be disintegrated. There won't be any more servers. It'll all be alliance-based, and the alliances will be matched by how much they play, when they play, and how many people are in them. They're going to do their best to load balance everything so that we're always having equal fights, and that system should appear sometime in the next year. Sanctum of Rawl will become a host server for the first time on August 31st. This is almost guaranteed because we've had quite a little surge of new members. As we prepared to say goodbye to our server, we rallied some of our friends that we fought along in the past few months and years, and they came to join us to give Sanctum of Rawl a proper send-off. What began as a few friendly guilds, like WoW, coming to our server, has turned into a tidal wave of both supporters and a few bandwagon hoppers. And by a few, I mean all of them. Our server has been full. It recently reopened for people to transfer, but it essentially became full within 10 days of the first group transferring over. So that kind of gives you an idea of just how many people are coming over. There is more activity now on SanctumofRawl.com than there's ever been. Even when we were in Tier 1 the first time, we did not see this much action going on with Sanctum of Rawl. We have over 25 guilds actively using it. The entire Sanctum of Rawl community on their Discord server is using it. So be sure to go over to SanctumofRawl.com, register. You can add in your API key and get all your stats synced up over there. With the API keys, this does not give people access to your account. There's a bunch of rumors saying that this allows people to get like personal information off of there. You can't. There's no email address. There's no login information. It's literally, I can tell that your character has, 6 stacks of toilet paper in your vault. That's about the most dangerous thing I can tell. So, it really just allows them to sync the data. So that we can say, yes, you are on Sanctum of Rawl. B, you have 19,000 kills in World v World. You've beat up 74 yaks. That's pretty much the kind of data that we can get. So if you're interested in learning more about the API, just go over to the Guild Wars 2 website, click on the API. They have a Wikipedia that's filled with information on what exactly is there. And on the Sanctum of Rawl site, I actually outline exactly the information that I'm using and let you see everything that it does. So it's 100% transparent. You know exactly what I'm touching and what I'm not touching. So there you have it. So needless to say, I am going all out to make sure that the final days of Sanctum of Rawl are memorable, and I am looking for new ways that I can help support the community in the coming alliance system. Our server will live on through several Sanctum of Rawl alliances. We most likely will be the first Sanctum of Rawl alliance. There are going to be several other Sanctum of Rawl alliances. A lot of people are wanting to help carry that name on. We can't all fit into one. Right now, the World v World population for an alliance is 500. Our guild alone is 500, so I don't know how well this is going to work. But we're going to try. We're going to pull Gaiscioch, HOL, Jade, and Wild in together in an alliance. If we can fit Sork, we're going to fit Sork in there too. People have to declare that guild as their World v World guild for them to count against that number. So we'll see how it all plays. We won't really know until it's actually proposed and implemented, and then we'll know where it all fits in. So we relaunched the SanctumofRawl.com as Sanctum of Rawl prepares to be a host server for the first time ever. I integrated the API, which allows us to see character achievement imports, like the data that you see on the right. That is my data. We removed the secret code from registration so anybody can register. No stopgap there. We reactivated the Commander on Deck feature, allowing commanders to list themselves as a commander in their profile and then be able to claim that they're taking the battlefield at a certain time. We've upgraded the personal and guild profiles, so you can check out your guild's profile and see how well your guild's doing. You have a world tab now, so you can tell how many objectives you've taken. And we've updated the leaderboards to include players and guilds, so that's pretty cool to check out. So now I'd like to open up the microphone and let anybody that has an event announcement, a question about Guild Wars 2, anything Guild Wars 2 related, we now have an open floor. Please feel free to X up and I will call on you and you can ask questions. I guess I will start with my events. I have a Monday 6 p.m. World v. World event every week. That's Pacific time. And then also, late nights, Saturday nights, 11 p.m., we have our Club Gaiscioch where we play World v. World to epic music and trance music. That's pretty fun. A lot of people attend. Go ahead, Namery. Go ahead.
Just an announcement for mainly for the people that want to raid the event that is now on the Thursday. That is going to change. It used to be a training event hosted by either me or Mika. And we're going to make it into a static event. People can still join, but they need to just remember it is an experienced group and we want to go for the kills as mostly as possible. The training event will still be hosted on Sunday by Mika.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys progress through some of the other ones that we don't have statues for yet. We do have an insane amount of statues in our guild hall. You should all check it out. You can see our progress on our raid teams by checking those statues out. Go in and craft them pretty much weekly. So check those out. You guys have been doing a phenomenal job raiding. And we are getting very close to having a fractal console done for those fractal runners out there. We just need some more dancing people.
Dancing people?
Yeah, to build the fractal console, you need 6 dancing females and 6 dancing males. I don't know why. It's probably an inside joke or something, but that's the hardest requirement.
What do you need for that?
Right now, mostly the fractal shard things that you get. Those trade at our guild hall for stuff. So we need all of those converted into the thing that it goes into on the guild. I forget the name. And then we need the stabilized matrices, or I'll have to get you the name of it. But those are the other big thing that we have problems getting our hands on.
Okay.
But I'll post on the forums on what you can donate to help our community and earn some contribution points doing it.
But that's the biggest change of the normal events that I run.
Alright, anyone else have an event they want to announce? I can't say that Jima is going off to Rwanda this month, so she will not be hosting any events. And if she does, it's not actually her.
Me is taking over for me, so my event on Saturday is still there. I guess it's at 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings, Pacific time. Go join her and you'll get some map clear done. We're still working on world completion.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I think we're safe to continue. We do have other GW2 events. You can check out the calendar at gaiscioch.info/GW2events. We'll pull up our calendar of GW2 events, always welcoming new people or people that aren't even in the community. Feel free to check it out. Next up, we have Elder Scrolls Online. Does anyone have an Elder Scrolls Online announcement, question, or discussion? Currently, right now, I am not running my Saturday AVA events. I'm going to wait until September and hopefully have some more population to do so. Unfortunately, I think my main raid leaders, 2 of them, are on vacation right now, so I don't think they're going to be able to give their summary. So just go on over to gaiscioch.info/ESO events, and that will take you to our ESO event page, and I'll let you know what events we have planned. August is kind of a dull month. Most people are traveling and out on vacations and whatnot. September should pick up pretty nicely. So definitely keep an eye on the calendar. You'll probably start seeing some events pop up in September. And there's always stuff going on in-game that people don't talk about outside. So just ask in-game what people are up to. Somebody will be up to something. Next up, we have Rift and Warhammer Online. We do run our Warhammer Online Tier 4 events on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Tier 1 events on Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific. Look forward to seeing you all out there for that. Our Alliance does have several other events that they run every week, including the Chapter 22 and some of the Beastry hunts. So definitely connect with them. You can use the /AS command to speak into Alliance. As far as Rift's concerned, I don't know that we have any events still running. We might still have our crypting event on weekends, but the person who runs it is in Europe and it's the middle of the night right now, so I don't think they're going to be here to announce that. So let's go ahead and talk about Warhammer really quick. We do have a new alliance with Shadows of Divinity, Vindictive, High and Mighty, Zaxt, Nordland Beach Bums, Gaiscioch, and Guardia Imperial. That alliance is actually being formed tomorrow morning, and we should be in it by tomorrow. Unfortunately, the old alliance that they had 3 dead guilds that never left, and there's no way to kick yet, so they ended up having to reform their alliance. So we're basically pulling the greatest hits out of that alliance, the greatest hits out of our old alliance, and merging them together into a new alliance. So we're going to have a whole lot of activity and new people and fun things to do. Our new alliance does have a wealth of RV or Return of Reckoning knowledge, so if you are a Return of Reckoning player and want to learn more, start asking questions in Alliance. They are more than happy to help. You can always jump over to the Shadows of Divinity Discord channel, and they are willing to help you anytime. Alliance T4 nights, already announced that. The Tier 1 nights are casual friendly. If you've never played Warhammer before, please come out for one of those. Experience it. It's a lot of fun. We literally break Destro every week. It's fun. Sigmar Crypts has been added to the game. So if you were a old Warhammer player and you remember Sigmar Crypts, that is now in game with a few slight modifications. You're going to have to play to check it out. And then the original leadership resumed the role, or resumed their role with an E at the end, not a LL, on the Return of Reckoning team. So there was a big management change this past month, and the people that started the whole project are now back to continue the project. So we should see a lot more movement and a lot friendlier developer environment, I believe. They did launch a new patcher that allows devs to finally change the client side of the game. Before, they can only change the server side. There was no way for them to push changes out to the client, so they've kind of been stuck in that rut. Now they've actually got a patcher which allows them to change the client side, and they've already started putting out tons and tons and tons of new changes, including entire new class mechanics. That's kind of cool. It is free to play. There is no cash shop. It is free to download. Just download, join the fun, and experience RVR at its best. If you check the Warhammer channel, I have a special link for you guys to download that will save you some time. I posted it myself so that you guys have some quick and easy, no torrent required download for it. That would probably be the best route. And then you can always learn more at returnofreckoning.com. So next up we have social adventures. These are the little games that we play on the side when we're not playing our main chapters. This is pretty much the third largest group in our community. GW2 being number 1, ESO being number 2, social adventures being number 3. We have a lot of people playing a lot of different games. I think it was around 170 people currently playing games outside of our main chapters. And I've selected 4 that I'm going to show you a little trailer for. So we're going to have a little movie watching time, so feel free to mute Discord and just turn on the sound over on Twitch. And these are games that we most likely will be playing if we're not already playing. So these aren't going to be chapters. These are just going to be fun little ways that we can spend time as a community outside of the main chapters. So that was Gloria Victis. This is a game that we're actually playing. In fact, tomorrow at 11 a.m. we will be forming up for a Gloria Victis run. This game typically you can find for about $7, either on Steam, on Fanatical, or on the Humble Bundle. It regularly goes on sale. It's not very hard to find, and it is insanely fun for $7. So if you are a fan of Mount and Blade, or For Honor, or Kingdom Come Deliverance, this is probably a game that you'll like. It's got very similar combat, and it's a lot of fun. Just ask Kitty to give you a description, and she will give you the full brief. Conqueror's Blade is a new game. It is an MMO of sorts. It is not entirely an MMO. It's kind of strange. It's kind of like, reminds me of Guild Wars 1, where you have lobby areas, you have open world areas where you can see everybody, and then you go into a different combat scenario with your friends and whoever's in your party. There were sometimes I was in a scenario with up to 20 people. And we were fighting to take the castle or do something of that variety. It is a very action-heavy game. You command troops in this game, so you don't only go in battle yourself, you bring troops with you. So it's kind of Dynasty Warriors, almost. but more in the vein of like Mountain Blade. So imagine Mountain Blade, but multiplayer. And then there's a bit of co-op, and there's PvP. Check it out at cb.my.com. That is the Western publisher, so basically Europe and America is going to be published through my.com. So definitely check it out. Register for beta. We will be playing this as soon as it's in beta. I played it back in alpha and absolutely fell in love with this game. Unfortunately, my time with this game was limited to 1 month. And when they took it away from me, it was like crack. I had the itch and I couldn't play it. And I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. It's been almost a year since I last touched this game. And I can't wait to see what's changed. So we will have a social adventure here. We will get a GSCH formed up here. We'll be playing this together and having some good times. I will be streaming the crap out of this game. So be sure to subscribe to the Twitch channel if you're interested. And I will be showing you it as it develops.
300 years after our great nation began, we gathered together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you. So that if the bombs do come, our way of life will endure.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home.
For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself.
Country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
And you know we had to be doing something in Vault 76. Of course, Fallout 76 is going to be a
Play the beta
multiplayer.
first on Xbox One.
Thank you, Microsoft, for helping us with that trailer. It will be a multiplayer version of Fallout. So I'm thinking they're probably going to take it the ESO line, except less of a focus on massively. So it will be interesting to see where they go with it. It is going to be a bit of a survival / RPG. So I don't know that it's going to be too Fallout-like. I think that they're going to run the same problem that they had with ESO, where it didn't really feel like an Elder Scrolls game. They're going to have the content of Fallout and the style of Fallout, but it's going to be a bit different. So we'll see. Regardless, we're going to create a GSCH there and see who's interested in playing. And it should be a bit of fun. I imagine that it could be fun. It's going to be very PvP-centric, so I'm kind of a little concerned with that, but we will see how it goes. I mean, until we actually get hands-on, it's really hard to make an estimate of where population will sit. So people may love it, they may hate it. Either way, we'll be there day one. So do keep stay tuned. We will be creating a Fallout 76 social adventure that you can rally up on and communicate with each other. And for our last one of my favorite games.
The governments are rotten to the core. Corporations run amok, unchecked. The world is their playground. Guys like Blackwood are having a ball. Inhuman experiments, industrial sabotage, arms trade, drug trafficking. But any action causes a reaction. And Blackwood's reaction is us.
I gotta do what I gotta do. Mess with my face, knock on my face. I gotta do what I gotta do. Now we doing it our way. Light 'em up, light 'em up. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I gotta do what I gotta do. Mess with my face, knock on my face. I gotta do what I gotta do. I pray to God, He never changed. I'ma do me, I'ma do me. That's in my blood, I never change. That's in my blood, I never change. That's in my blood, I never change.
You may have remembered us playing Warface back when it was just on PC. Well, guess what? It's coming to PlayStation 4 as well. So when it hits PlayStation 4, we will be forming up a little crew playing it there. Those of you that are on PC, if you want to continue playing PC, please connect with Social Adventure. There are lots of people that play PC. This is a game that is cooperative, so you can go and do missions together. It's probably one of the best cooperative first-person shooters out there. So do check it out. It is free. One of the benefits of being with My.com is they love to take everything to consoles. They did this with Skyforge as well. It's kind of their thing. They really take these really great PC games and bring them to consoles. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Warface. Hopefully it won't be too microtransaction heavy, but we'll see. Warface is playable on PC. I don't know if that's going to be cross-platform. I'm hoping it will be. That'd be super awesome if it was. Not sure. We'll see. It is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, though, so I'm not sure that it's going to be on anything else, so it's likely they could do the cross-platform play. So, some news around the social adventure sphere. Glory Victus just added farming to the game, so if you're a person that likes farming, you can do it now in great lengths. Bless Online is adding the Assassin class on August 7th, along with the Siege of Castra and the Dominion Contract/Capital War. Terra is adding the Gridiron PvP Battleground, Root Stick, and Pond Fair in-game events here in August. In September, they're finally bringing the real guild system into the PlayStation 4 version. So the version of the game that you probably played on PC and had that awesome guild system, that was probably one of the best guild systems I've ever used. They're bringing that to the PlayStation 4, which currently has the worst guild system ever used. Oh no, I can't say that. Skyforge has the worst guild system ever invented twice. But Terra's current guild system is pretty bad. Their new guild system should be heaven on earth. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to September. We'll probably be rocking Terra quite a bit here in September. Warface is announced to consoles this fall, so I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Fortnite added cross-platform voice, which kind of snuck in there. I didn't see that patch note, but this last time that we brought Kitty onto the show for Fortnite, she was able to communicate with us from PC. So it's now cross-platform voice, which is huge. They also just added a bunch of new PvE content, so if you are a Survive the Storm player, a bunch of new stuff there for you. And then Conqueror's Blade officially announced My.com as their publisher for the West and has opened up beta sign-up. So head on over to the cb.my.com to sign up for the beta. So, open forum. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, whatever you got. If you are doing something in a social adventure, please, now is the time. X up, and I'll call on you. For my own world, Glory Victus, Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. We go, we raid, we have a great time. Kitty, why don't you give us a little rundown on what you think of Glory Victus? This would be hilarious. Just wait. Go ahead, Kitty.
Okay, sorry for the delay about Gloria Victis. It's in alpha with everything that means. So that means bugs, that means things that are not finished. But the game is fun. I don't like PvP games that are like mixed with PvE, but this one is fun. The thrill of going to the edge of the safe zone, gathering wood, and then from the shadows, oh, an enemy! Run, run! No, you didn't make it! You died! Oh no, he's going to loot you! Ah, but he was attacked by an NPC. He cannot loot you anymore. Success! And go home with a nice bundle of wood. And my cat says meow. Yes, it's a good game.
Thank you, Kitty. Yeah, that's just a little illustration of many of her rants. Kitty's rants are fabulous, and I've come to love them quite immensely. But yeah, if you want to experience the rant in person, please feel free to join us. Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. We're going to be kicking some people, smacking them with swords and shields, and shooting them in the head with arrows. I might even put an arrow through a friend or foe, depending. I seem to have this thing for poor old Damos. I shoot him every time. It's quite sad, really. With Bless, there is a recent server merger, so we're now on a new server. I'm going to update all the information for you guys. When the Assassin class comes in, I'll be streaming that quite a bit. So look forward to showing that off a bit. So again, follow the stream. You'll see it. Anyone else have anything? We do have some DDO stuff going on. If you're into Dungeons and Dragons, definitely check out our site. There is some events on the calendar for that. Kitty, go ahead.
Oh, Her Most Graceful Majesty Sal, the Queen of Dawnstar, has bought, well, she's renting a private server for playing Dawnstar together. So please feel free to join us. We die a lot, we have fun, we learn, we die a lot. But it's a fun survival game. We can have up to, I think, 12 or 6 people. And it's a fun game. Everything will kill you, and it's fun.
That would be Don't Starve. Check it out. It is available on Steam. Anyone else have anything? There is another game coming out made by the people that did the original Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon. Give me 1 second, I'll pull up the name. We will be playing this a little bit. I am getting a server up for it. It's called Ground Branch. Look it up. I believe it comes out on the 7th, and it will be available on Steam. It is very much in the line of the old school Rainbow Sixes. So it's pretty much a very tactical game. You don't want to get shot. It's not a run and gun. It's more, let's find a door to breach. Go in there. Not much to discuss on Ashes yet. They've just released another kind of the environment for Alpha Zero trailer, which that seems to be Ashes of Creation's thing, is mostly showing off the environments, which are freaking crazy beautiful. But we've seen crazy beautiful. We need gameplay to really make a decision on anything. So when we start getting gameplay and we start getting our hands on, then we'll be able to talk really about Ashes. But until then, we've had our one play experience at PAX, which was a lot of fun. But it was kind of almost a year ago now, and it was very kind of short and limited. Once we have some bigger hands-on and see how things are actually going to flesh out, we'll have a lot more answers then. Alrighty, I'm not seeing any more X's, and I'm not seeing any more questions on this, so I think we're safe to advance. Next up is Gaiscioch Magazine. We just quasi-launched our 16th issue. This is our first all-digital edition, so we are working on getting the new front end working so that you can see all the things nicely, but the articles are streaming to the website seamlessly, and everything will be directly on the website. We do have an interview from the team behind Bless and Guild Wars 2. We've got guides on Bless Online, Gloria Victis, Citadel Forge with Fire, and Guild Wars 2. We also have a review of ESO Somerset, and an email will be sending soon with all of the links in it. So if you are subscribed to the magazine, you will get an email. That's basically going to be our new digital version of the magazine. It'll be a table of contents where you can browse all the different content right there from your mailbox. Last up, we have the Gaiscioch live streams. I kind of condensed them all into one slide this time. So our live stream schedule is Sundays at, that should be 11 a.m. I must not have had caffeine this morning. Gloria Victis. Mondays at 3 p.m. is Ghost Recon Wildlands. Mondays at 6 p.m. Guild Wars 2. Tuesdays 3 p.m. Far Cry 5. We're going to be doing the DLCs this next month, so check that out. Wednesday 3 p.m. Dying Light the following. Fun little game with cars and running over zombies. It's lots of fun. Thursdays, we're going to be continuing out Horizon Zero Dawn at 3 p.m. and doing Tier 4 RVR and Return of Reckoning at 6 p.m. Fridays, 3 p.m. Fortnite Save the World. 6 p.m. Return of Reckoning Tier 1. And then Saturdays is kind of going to be our mixed bag Weekend Warriors events at 11 a.m. for the month of August. September, we're going to be adjusting our calendar yet again. So we'll be seeing what's all coming up next. So be sure to follow us at twitch.tv/thegaiscioch family, or just go to gsch.info/twitch if you're not good at spelling. Like me. I spell it bad all the time. I can't even get 11 a.m. right, did you see? Community Corner, if you have any announcements personally that you want to share with the community, this is where you can announce a new baby being born or anything cool like that. Feel free to share. I'm going to go ahead and open up the mic and let you guys do the talking. What would you guys like to discuss for this? Not seeing any X's? Give you guys another couple seconds. Yes, Jima is going to Rwanda. She's going to bring Gaiscioch to Rwanda. And, well, yeah, it's a mission trip. So she's going to be going out there, sharing some time with some kids out there that she's been writing to. Be a lot of fun. Jima, you want to talk about your Rwanda trip?
It's okay. I'm so excited. It's driving me crazy. But, yeah, we're going to play with a bunch of sponsored children that are church sponsors, and I get to meet my sponsored child, Joyce, and she's written me 3 times in the past 2 weeks saying how excited she is that I'm coming to meet her. So if you guys believe in prayers, pray for my 25-hour flight. I think that's what's bothering me the most, is surviving the 25 hours on a plane. Other than that, I'm just going to go have a blast.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I've really been worried about my mom flying that long. I mean, she went to the Caribbean once, and that was a trip. Texas was a pretty tough trip.
I was on crutches then.
So yeah, we're gonna see how well Ma does going international. So she's gonna be globetrotting. In other news, we do have the Extra Life event coming up. If you haven't gone to it yet, right in the smack dab middle of the Gaiscioch Magazine site or the Gaiscioch site, there is a bar that talks about the Extra Life. we're going to be setting up the calendar and getting all that going here real soon. I'm probably going to throw a little event on the calendar for us to discuss things and how we want to do it. We are going to be doing it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's going to start at 3 p.m. on Friday and run through 3 p.m. on Sunday. So it should be a pretty fun little event where you can win some free games. We're going to be doing the game giveaway like we did last year. That was really popular, and I think it was a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have to figure out what games we want to play for that. So GO2 and ESO definitely are going to be the big part of the show. Aside from that, we will see where we're at and what we want to do. So at this point, I think it's good to call it, and be sure to get social with us. There's all our social medias. You got them all now. They've been at the bottom of the page the whole bloody broadcast, so you should know them by now. Always happy to connect with you guys. If you have questions that you don't want to ask on the air, please feel free to hit me up. I hang out in the Gaiscioch Lounge channel every day, all day. You can also find me at the very top right of Discord in the member list. Just PM me, hit me up. My phone's always on. I respond to people all the time, no matter where I'm at. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for being a part of the community. And until next time, so long to boil.